Oh, he's looking at it. Eat it. Oh, got him. Nice. Nice. That's a good snook too. Hey, this is Luke with Salt Strong and wanted to do some game film to analyze this certain retrieve that has really good results for calm, clear water. I'm fishing Tampa Bay in this instance, and this area gets a ton of pressure, and so the fish are very spooky. Even a 10-pound braid, a very light braid, as that line settles down after the cast, if it's anywhere within within a couple feet of the fish, they're gone in most instances. So it's stealth is everything. In this specific retrieve, helps maximize stealth to not spook the fish. And then we have the Razzle Dazzle ending there that really just helps generate strikes from fish that at least show a little bit of interest. So we'll start with the cast and just go through the entire, all steps needed for success in this. So number one is just to get the cast right. You need to make sure that you lead the fish. In this case, this snook was in a pothole and it was aimed to the left. And so I casted well over it. I casted probably 10 feet over it and then about 3 feet in front so that my line would lay at least a few feet in front of the fish and not spook it off. And a big thing, let me just go back to when that line settles, a very big thing. So there's the cast. Now I flip the bail over. Very important thing. I just started doing this and it's made a huge impact on how many fish I catch when fishing this situation is when I'm swimming the lure towards the fish, there's no rod movement. No rod movement at all. I'm just kind of going in slow motion here. You can see that rod is pretty much, at least it was, I was reeling up to the fish. That rod was not moving at all until I got about right in front of the fish, where I knew the lure was in the snook sight. That's when I lifted the rod and started twitching it. And the reason for that is because those fish, snook especially, but redfish too, they can feel line moving and just surprisingly well, where even just doing a little twitch, right, working a lure and doing a twitch, if that line, if there's a big stretch of that line in front of that fish, they can feel something big moving. They don't really know what it is, but they can feel something moving that's bigger than them, that's longer than them, and they bolt. And it's really, really surprising how good they can feel. And so just simply doing a smooth reel will help minimize the amount of fish that spook off when you're trying to move your lure towards them and get into their line of sight, right? So before the fish can see the lure, it's just really about not spooking the fish. That's the core lesson. But then once the lure is now in his line of sight, that's when it's good to start doing some twitches just to help catch their attention. So in this case, you can see I'll just keep on going nice and slow. I'm doing some small little twitches just to get its attention. Then you can see my stance change. So right here, I saw that the snook started actually moving towards my lure. It was about 3 feet away. It started slowly moving towards the lure. And that's when the Razzle Dazzle is I guess what we'll call it. That's when it's important just to do some small little action and just really just generate the strike. What I was using was this shrimp lure, and so I was doing a lot of really small little rod twitches with barely moving the lure at all. I wasn't reeling as I was doing it. It was just little twitch, 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 trying to just have this shrimp look like it was just digging around in the sand. And you can see that's when the strike happened, right? I'll go back in time a little bit, doing the bigger bumps. My demeanor, I'll go back a little bit further. Doing the bigger bumps. You can see my demeanor change once I saw that the fish was actually looking after it. So there it is, demeanor changed, small little twitches, and that's what led to the actual strike. So very, very important is to just think about that. It's all about just making sure that we don't spook our fish when fishing these types of conditions, and especially in high populated areas. If you go in with too much vibration, and the fish are gone. So that's been a good lesson that I learned, and so wanted to share that with you. So let me go ahead and I'll just show you the video. You can see the fish. Fun snook catch. Always great to get some sight fishing in. Oh, he's looking at it. Eat it. Oh, got him. Nice. Nice. That's a good snook too. Oh my gosh, had the Power Prawn USA, and this big snook was in a pothole. This water's crystal clear, super calm. And I just literally watched it. He was following it. I saw his mouth open. I didn't feel him. I was like, oh man, I think he missed it. And then all of a sudden I saw my line start moving. That was awesome. Solid snook. He's not happy. Right there in the corner of his mouth. This little combo, this is the Power Prawn USA with the Haas hook. Oh, this combo has been really good about hooking these fish right in the corner of their mouths. Check that out. This is a solid fish. Yeah, Power Prawn USA right there at the Haas hook, right there at the corner of the mouth. Great, great catch. Let's let this guy go. See if we can do it again. We're actually doing an experiment with rattles versus no rattles. So that was actually the first one of the day. And so far, the rattles is winning. Have a little rattle cap called the Battle Rattles that can fit into pretty much any soft plastic, but it really easily goes in these Power Prawn USAs. And we'll let this guy go. See if we can do that again. That was awesome. Oh man. I'd rather catch one fish doing that than 50 blind casting. That was awesome. Come on there, buddy. There we are. Here she goes, back for more. Solid fish, 20-pound mono. Got a little bit frayed up there when that snook was doing the head shake, so we got to retie. Get this thing back in action and see if we can find some more fish up in there. But if you haven't yet tried these lures, make sure to pick some up. Power Prawn USAs that are on fishstrong.com, and these things are awesome.